Hey, I'm Dr. James Null, and I help my clients heal and reverse their chronic autoimmune and gut issues all naturally using mostly foods. This is a brief interview I did with my client Rachel, who originally came to me for help with her Graves' disease, so hyperthyroidism. She also had issues like high cholesterol, and her hair was thinning out. And she would go in, and her doctors would tell her, hey, there's nothing you can do. You know, your blood work shows this. You're going to have to be on medication for this at some point. She chose a different route. She knew she could heal naturally. And after just a couple months of working together, she's been able to heal and reverse a lot of her symptoms. So if you're in a similar situation and you want to heal naturally, definitely check out this interview because it'll be very valuable for you. Enjoy. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
So my name is Rachel, and I am. Are you talking about what I do with my life and my
Yeah.
everyday? I'm an
Yeah.
insurance
Who
agent.
is Rachel?
I'm an insurance agent, and I work full time. I have three children, and I'm every day working hard with a lot of stress.
Do you have like a moment that you remember was kind of like your rock bottom almost with your health before we started working together?
Yes. So I remember going into the doctor's office for the endocrinologist who I was just following up with because I had thyroid nodules. And we were just following up, once every 6 months just to make sure everything was okay. And she read my blood work and said to me, your thyroid, you have hyperthyroid, and you have to be getting on medication, um, and I need to send you for an ultrasound to do some radioactive pill. I had no idea what she was talking about, but I took the information and I told her I had to think about it. I'm not one that likes medication at all. I'm always looking for a holistic solution with natural ways of having therapy for my body. And I left there and I said, I don't want to do this radioactive, you know, pill that I have to take. But they told me that I was crazy and that I was going to have to take medication because there was no other way, or I was going to have to remove my thyroid. And that was the lowest point of my life that I said to myself, okay, I have to take myself into my own hands because I can't let these doctors tell me that, this is, I'm going to take medication for the rest of my life because I don't have a thyroid. So at that point, that's when I decided to search other areas and find other ways or other people that have done this naturally. And that's how I came across to coming to you through Instagram.
Did you have any other symptoms besides just the hyperthyroid? Did you have any other health issues that were kind of causing you issues?
So I didn't have any other health issues, but I did have other issues with hyperthyroid that I didn't know was coming from the thyroid. I was having a lot of heart palpitations, very bad anxiety, sweating, uh, night sweats, just adult acne, a whole bunch of losing my hair, a whole bunch of different things that were happening to me that I didn't know that were associated with the thyroid because the doctors never told me. They just look at your levels and say, oh, this is what you have, and this is what you need to take to get your levels back to normal. But no, I didn't have any other health conditions other than just monitoring my thyroid.
Gotcha. And did you try anything else before we started working together to try to fix any of these naturally?
So I did. I read something online that they said to take a lemon balm and buggle weed or buggle, I don't remember the exact vitamin. And I started taking those two. It still wasn't doing anything. I was doing it for about 2 weeks. I didn't feel anything going on, no changes. I was still experiencing, all the same symptoms. Um, and then, like I said, I just kept on doing research to try to find the best solution for what I needed for my health.
So where are your symptoms at now? What have you seen improvement with?
So I've been working with you for 7 weeks, I believe, 7 or 8 weeks, and I can tell you that my symptoms have been wow, like almost down to nothing. I started, gradually, but I feel like today, if somebody came to me and said, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" I feel as healthy as can be. I have no more night sweats, no more adult acne. My hair has grown so much. I have no more heart palpitations. I feel super, super healthy. I feel amazing, to be honest with you. As in a whole, I feel wonderful. And I don't think I would even go back to my old ways after doing this just on this program for 7 or 8 weeks. That's how good I feel. So I am very happy with my symptoms today. I feel symptom free right now. As we speak, I'm symptom free.
That's awesome. What was like the biggest eye opener for you in terms of what we did with foods versus how you were eating prior?
So I think the biggest eye opener was understanding that the fats are very hard on your liver, and understanding the timing of when to eat certain foods versus what I was doing before. Because, needless to say, we get rid of all the, you know what? I want to back up for 1 second. Before I met you, I knew that, okay, dairy causes inflammation, this causes that, but I didn't know how to put it together. And in your program, I learned that not only are we eliminating all the bad things for our body, but we're healing our liver at the same time because we're putting the healthy things for our liver to heal. So that is one of the things that I learned a lot about your course and about working with you, is the fact that I understood that, okay, for my liver to heal, I needed to rest. And if I keep on feeding it food all day that is causing my liver to filter it out, it can't rest. So that was the biggest eye opener for me, because I understood about a lot of healthy foods before, but I didn't understand as to when and why we had to eat at a certain time. And that was a big key factor on my learning experience doing this program.
Gold star, A plus student. You got
Yes.
you took that in. You understood the fat part perfectly, which is hard. It's hard to understand, like hard to understand and then put into practice.
Yes.
So for someone who's managing like a thyroid condition currently and they want to heal naturally, what small steps would you recommend they start with to get the healing process going?
I think the start would be learning that I was a big coffee drinker. So my habits were to wake up and drink coffee. I feel like if I took anything, or if anybody wanted to take anything from this, I think that the juicing and the drinking the lemon water, and I think the smoothies, I think all of that is what really can fuel and get, if they could take anything out of it, those are like the three main things that really helped me get myself into a better habit of not doing what I used to do.
Okay, so for people who might have like some diagnosis or some label, kind of like you got with the thyroid, and they might be afraid or like they know that they don't want to go the traditional route. What's the most important message you'd share with them?
I would highly recommend doing this type of program to help them get healthy, because I feel like I'm killing two birds in one stone. I'm not only helping my thyroid get better, but I'm healing my whole body. So, and on top of that, you're also lose weight on top of everything. So I feel like all of these things, if somebody was coming in and saying, okay, I want to heal my thyroid, and on a natural way. I mean, this is a perfect program that it's completely doable. It's you have a ton of food, a ton of things that you can eat. You just have to choose the right things for your thyroid and the right things that, for your body. So your body needs to heal, and the only way we can heal is if we put the right fuel in it. So I think that somebody looking from the outside is really going to benefit from a program like yours. Because let's be real, a lot of these programs are very hard to follow. I think you have one of the easiest programs to be able to follow and commit to it, because it's our everyday life. It's not like I have to go out and, oh my God, I have to make these crazy foods. We're eating fruits and vegetables. So it's easy to put that in our life. And so for me to find this program, it was an easy way to get in and say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And this is a natural way to heal my body, and my thyroid.
You had some blood work come back on some things that your docs kind of told you were hereditary and things that you would just at some point just have to rely on medication for. Can you share a little bit about your experience with that after going through the program?
Sure. For years, I've always had a borderline cholesterol issue. I've never smoked, never drank, never did drugs, never did anything. But I probably have a lot of stress in my life. And the doctors always said I had to be on statins, and I always had to take medication because there was no way I was going to get myself low to below a normal level. And I still never took it because I knew the side effects of those were not good. And for the first time, I did blood work after 6.5 weeks or 7 weeks with your program. And to not to mention that I did blood work about 8 weeks prior to the program starting. So I knew what my before and after was. My cholesterol went down 22 points. And that was a huge eye opener for the understanding that how much our body is, we put so much harmful things in our body, because I understood I eliminated so many things that allowed my cholesterol to drop by 22 points when my doctor said that you're never doing that by yourself. That's never going to happen. So that was a huge thing. And the other thing that I looked at when it came to my blood work was the white blood count. Again, we're going back to this Epstein-Barr virus. The Epstein-Barr virus has probably sat in my system for years, 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 years. I had no idea. The doctors didn't even know. My white blood count was always on the higher level. They kept on telling me every time I would go in, oh, you're probably running a cold, but you're probably getting sick. Whatever excuses they just tell you. I believe them just like plenty of Americans would. So the ultimate thing was, now that when I went to go do my blood work, my white blood count went down to an 8 from a 12.5 of always being a 12.5. I went back to look at my other blood work from 2017 till the most recent one. And I've always ran a high white blood count. That was a big eye opener when it came back to this program. Again, I know we don't go by blood work, but when I looked at that, I said, this program is working, and it's working for me. And this is what I noticed as a whole, that I was getting healthier. My body was healing. So I felt that that was like a huge, huge plus when I got the blood work back.
All right, this has been great. Do you have any last words for the viewers?
If anybody is watching and has a hyperthyroid and has been told by doctors that they have to take medication, or they have to take a radioactive pill to check their iodine levels, whatever it is, I highly recommend this program. This was a true, I feel like you saved my life, because I don't know what direction I would have gone in. I knew I was going in the right direction, but I think that somebody coming from the outside, if they have the same symptoms as I do, I think this program is unbelievable. And it just works. It just works. And if they get anything out of it, they're getting healthy. So it's a program that works.
Wow,
Yes,
thank you so much for sharing, Rachel. You've
of
done
course.
a tremendous amount of changes and good for yourself in a relatively short amount of time. So you're doing great. More good things to come.
Thank you.